Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 2023 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the YouTube algorithm see my channel, and it helps it grow, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of during this new moon in Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the star reverse. Now, Sagittarius, we're represented by the star in the minor arcana. So we can have a tendency during this time to get in our own way. So no, are we represented by the star? No, we're represented by Temperance. Aquarius is represented by the star in the major arcana. Our dreams are getting in our way. And I know that sounds weird to say because I was like, it came through so much that we're kind of like, it's like tripping over our own feet. Like we're trying to move so quickly that we're tripping ourselves up. So just be aware of this. There's almost a sense of what I deeply want, what I deeply desire, where I deeply need to be. We almost feel like I'm never going to get there. That's not true. That's not true. You are moving forward in a very powerful, very confident, assured way for yourself, Sagittarius. So don't be so nihilistic, so pessimistic to yourself. Like, I just can't get there. You absolutely can, and you absolutely are. You can be having a bit of difficulty with an Aquarius energy, but I do see this more of us tripping over our own feet, feeling disconnected from our dreams, feeling disconnected from what we really want. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Here we have prosperity reversed. So we can be really questioning our own prosperity, our own wealth, our own abundance. Will I ever be able to move forward the way that I want to, achieve what I want to achieve? There's a lot of questioning energy coming up, which is very interesting because there's visionary energy around us during this time. But we seem to have a lot of insecurities moving forward right now. Respecting that and knowing that it's just a phase. It's just the alignment of the stars, the alignment of the moon, the cosmos playing with our confidence. That is actually very reassuring for us. It's very comforting. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah. Just one more card. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, that one, no. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So we're actually really being set free in a very big way. We're actually moving towards more of a of connecting with the outside world. So let's talk about this time. Yeah, let's talk about this time astrologically speaking. We have, well, as I point to the cards, we have the Page of Wands here and we have the Knight of Wands. So we have very youthful energy around us. We're represented by the Wands in the minor arcana. We're represented by Temperance in the major arcana. We are going to find that this time is very invigorating, but we can also feel a little bit like a child, like stumbling, like questioning, doubting, searching. So just be aware of that. This new moon is in Cancer. It's at 24 degrees, 56 seconds of Cancer, and it is a very powerful new moon. Now, it can be a moon that maybe not everybody is comfortable with. Cancer is a sign of the crab, but when we think about Cancer, the first thing that comes to our modern minds is the disease. So it can be something that actually makes us feel a little bit uncomfortable. So, Cancer is extremely sensitive, extremely kind, extremely empathetic, extremely nurturing energy. But Cancer, also represented by the crab, is growth through pain and discomfort. It is transformation and growth through pain and discomfort. That is also why Cancer is so deeply linked to mother and motherhood and mothering energy, because it is an energy that we grow with that's so sacredly important, right? But it's also one that is astoundingly painful. And might not be that energy. We might not be that mother energy that maybe we wanted to be, maybe we didn't want to be. But there is still a discomfort that comes forward with Cancer energy that needs to be acknowledged. It might not be our path, right? The mothering energy, but it is a path that is to be acknowledged. So what we're going to see here is powerful but painful transformation, and we see that when giving birth, very much like shedding the skin of the crab, vulnerable, painful, you know, life changing. And so that energy moves forward with us during this time. And it's just the collective energy of the world right now. We know that there is transformation coming forward. We know that there is power coming forward through a birthing of ideas, a birthing of creativity, insight, questioning, discovering. Pluto is squared the nodal axis. Now, this is important because what we're going to see here is a collective karmic and destiny change. There's a huge shift going on, and this can make us feel very uncomfortable. Cancer likes to keep things safe and cozy and comfortable, and this is going to be pushing us out of that territory, that idea, that instinct. So be aware that we can be going back to, you know, energy that wasn't necessarily the best for us and maybe didn't keep things safe or nurtured or cozy, but it's familiar to us. And we think, oh, okay, this will just keep things, good. So we're going to be tested during this time to really break out of our comfort zone. And a lot of us are not going to be very comfortable with that. Actually, Sagittarius, you're one of the few signs that are very comfortable in this energy right now. A lot of zodiac signs are having, and a lot of people are having difficulty, with the mothering energy. A lot of people are having difficulty with the being compassionate to ourselves and creative to ourselves. We're not having that problem. So this is actually a very good thing. Pluto is squared the nodal axis. The nodal axis is the fact that the north lunar node and the south lunar node are shifting. The north lunar node is moving from Taurus to Aries, and the south lunar node is moving from Scorpio to Libra. These are sister signs. So we're moving from people pleasing energy to very confident, independent energy. But remember, Aries, the head of the dragon, and Libra, the tail of the dragon, they're opposite energies. They can complement each other absolutely beautifully, or like sisters, they can be each other's best friends or each other's worst enemies. So just understanding that during this time and understanding that we could be moving in a bit of a conflict energy is very important. This also marks the cardinal grand cross, which is 29 degrees in Capricorn, which we're going to find a little bit uncomfortable, 29 degrees in Aries, 29 degrees in Libra, and with the new moon in 25 degrees of Cancer. This is a extremely powerful configuration that leads us towards action, and we're very action oriented during this time. Actually, maybe even a little bit more action oriented than we're comfortable with, Sagittarius, because we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone in a very real way. A lot of us are wanting things to stay maybe a little bit small, a little bit more confined, and Spirit's like, nope, you have to be pushed out into that world. So just know that energy is coming forward. Jupiter is squared Mercury. Now, this is important. We're ruled by Jupiter, and this brings big visionary energy forward for us. So, what we're going to see here is that we are exceeding our expectations. We're having big dreams for the future. We're ambitious, we're driven, we're distinctive, and that's going to be a very powerful thing. Neptune is trine the sun and the moon, and this creates for us a need for spiritual meaning in everything. It is called the spiritual context of Jupiter. Things need to have a spiritual undertone to them, and that's going to be very important to us. Even though we're very practically oriented, during this time, we need to have that practicality moving, or that spirituality mixed with that practicality moving us forward. We start with the Page of Wands. There's strong linked with the sacred feminine energy here with the hair, and there are going to be a lot of messages coming our way from Spirit. This is going to be a time we have a lot of creative energy, moving us forward. We're pushing through doubts, fears, negativities, hurts, and pains. We're asking questions in a way that we haven't since we were a child. We're also seeing what we desire in a way that opens up the door for us, that has us looking at things more openly and more honestly for us. And we're pushing boundaries during this time. We don't want to be a student, we don't want to be learning, and yet this is going to be a time of tremendous learning, tremendous insight, tremendous ideas leading us forward. The Knight of Wands is also us. So we're very deeply linked with the sacral chakra here. But this is also the energy of the tailbone, the energy of vitality, of creativity, of sensuality, really leading us forward. I would highly recommend tapping on the tailbone just to get that energy flowing, doing that with the open fist, just like this for 2 minutes, really helping to, ooh, I'm sorry, I hit my mic, really helping to inspire us, really helping to get that energy flowing. That can be a very beneficial thing. We are highly creative. We want to go, we want to do, we want to see, we want to discover during this time. And that's going to be a very big deal for us. We have a restless energy to us too. We can be very impatient, very impetuous. We can want to push boundaries. We can be questioning, looking, seeking. There's a real sense that the student guides us, even though we don't want to be a student. We really want to be the master. We don't want to be the student craftsperson. We want to be the master teacher. And this is going to be a time where we're learning a heck of a lot, even though we don't realize it. We're moving forward. We're going after what we desire, what we want, what we need. We can be hot tempered, and our temper can get the best of us during this time. This is actually a very common energy during this time, that our temper can be a little bit intense. So just being aware of that is going to be super important to us. We're going to be very guided towards, linked to, inspired by people who are fiery, a little bit on the edge, have, I'm just like a little bit of a vinegary, like tang to their personality, which actually we're going to tire of rather quickly. But we're going to find it exciting when we first meet them, and we're going to find that abrasiveness to be intriguing. So just be aware of that. With the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles is saying celebrate your success. You're building something powerful and prosperous. Even if you don't feel like you're really calling in the money right now, you really are. You're moving things forward in a very powerful, very intense, very beautiful way for you. Don't listen to everybody else. That's going to trip you up. Don't look too far into the future, because that's going to trip you up. Mind your money. It's going to be very easy to spend a heck of a lot. So during this time, and during this moon, see what you need to nurture, see what you need to move forward for your prosperity and for your success, and then just keep going in the power that is you, in the insight that is you. There's something here with the heart guiding you. It's time to embrace what you love. It's time to embrace what you desire. It's almost time. It's almost like being really okay. So I know I'm stumbling over this, because Spirit's saying you're being really brave by following your heart. There was a point where you laid things all out. You laid your heart out very openly, very honestly, very powerfully, and it was overwhelming to you. It was overwhelming the way that your heart was ignored or the way that your heart was hurt. And this is a time where you're embracing the passion, the power, and the brilliance of your heart again. You're embracing yourself and the way that you want to move forward. And that's going to be very inspirational. There is a sense here with ducks, okay? So I'm just hearing ducks mate for life. And I believe there is a type of duck that does mate for life. I don't know if it's geese or swans or what it is, but there is a sense here of a soulmate connection coming forward. But it's very much in an alignment with I'm being fully, I'm fully embracing the energy I have here on this earth to create the life that I need. So you're going to kind of like stumble upon this person when you're letting yourself shine, when you're letting you be absolutely powerfully and beautifully you. It doesn't mean that this person will just like all of a sudden stumble into your yard type of thing, because that could be creepy. But it means that all of a sudden your energy is opening up and it's becoming astoundingly attractive. So you'll find that more people are attracted to you through friendship, through, you know, through communications, and even in romantic relationships. Now, if you're already in a romantic relationship, you're having that bond tighten, and you're actually going to find that you share a lot of the same dreams. It's actually like when you dream, you're going to be getting a lot of the same messages, which is going to be a cool thing to talk about. The universe is opening to you. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is the world, but here it is that ephemeral being soaring with the stars. We're starting to really see, understand, and embrace that stardust runs through our veins. We're meant for more. Even if more is overwhelming to us or scary or, we doubt it, we're going to see that doors are opening. We're trying to close the doors, but the doors are pushing their way open. And it's like if you don't open the door, Spirit is going to make you. So just be aware of this. That we're like, no, I don't think I can. I don't think I should. And Spirit is going to force our hand. So the world is opening to us, whether we wanted to or not, whether we're ready or not. And we're actually kind of a little bit not ready, which is rude. Because with the Nine of Wands, we're tired of listening to everybody else. We're tired of dealing with everything else. That's the energy that's really coming forward during this new moon. It's like everybody is tired of taking care of everything and everyone. It's like a lot has been asked of us. And so with the Nine of Wands, we're looking at feeling overwhelmed. We're looking at feeling doubtful and fearful. We've been getting headaches and body pains and achy. And this is going to be a time where we need to remember that in order to give a cup, you need a gallon. We need to start taking care of us, filling up our energy, filling up our soul, respecting ourself. We have been through many battles and we're preparing for yet another, because that's just the rhythm that we've gotten used to, battle after battle after battle. We're changing that. We're changing the sphere of our being. We're changing the way that we're opening to the world. And this really takes the devil energy, Capricorn energy, and it turns it on its head. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is rules and structure and order, and this is the way it's going to be. Now, if we're born on the cusp with Capricorn, or we have strong Capricorn in our chart, we're being very rebellious to this energy. We want to do things differently. I'm just hearing a poem that I loved when I was little. And it was like, I don't understand. I'm going to just quote it because it's very short. I don't understand why everyone stares when I take off my clothes and dance down the stairs, or when I stick carrots in both of my ears, then dye my hair green and go shopping at Sears. I just love to dress up and do goofy things. If I were an angel, I'd tie-dye my wings. Yeah. And that's just part of it. And I know it sounds silly to say as an adult because it has different connotations, but as a kid, it's just like, just being wacky and crazy and having fun, you know? Yeah. I like who I am. It ends with I like who I am and I'm all that I've got. And that's what we're going to be seeing. That's what we're going to be seeing, is that I like who I am and I'm all that I have. And so we're not moving into this energy of I have to conform, I have to conform. It's like, no, I get to be loudly, obnoxiously, beautifully, boldly me. Capricorn energy, okay, not just Capricorn energy, but the devil energy is what keeps us chained. It's what keeps us, bound to this world. Capricorn energy is very good at order and rules and structures and problem solving and having things done in just that certain way. And it can be brilliant energy, and some of the most frustrating people can be Capricorns. But what we're going to see here is that we're embracing our tenacity, our brilliance. We're looking at the things that had chained us and even the fears that had chained us. And we're like, you know what? I'm not living in that realm of being anymore, in that consciousness, in that fear, in that feeling of being overwhelmed. It moves us to see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Yeah. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. So what's very interesting here is that we have the new and the full moon in Pisces showing up. So we have very strong Pisces energy coming forward. We have realization, right? As we are the student, as we're connecting with sacred feminine energy, we realize that we are the key to a lot. We hold a lot more power, a lot more say, a lot more determination, a lot more focus than we ever thought we did. And an end of a tough cycle is approaching because we ourselves are the key. But we're also seeing what we really need, what we really want. We can be boiling things down to kind of the bare essentials and saying, how do I need to move forward? What do I need to move forward in for me? And how am I embracing what I want in my world? And all of a sudden, things are becoming a lot more clear. We're becoming a lot more wise. And it brings us to meditate and to contemplate as we release fear. Fear has been ruling us so much, it's actually been keeping us from moving forward the way that we want to. Now, in meditation, in contemplation, in connection with ourselves, we are releasing the fear and we're learning how to fly. We're learning how to move forward. We're learning what we want. And we're also learning what we're afraid of that we didn't even realize. And this brings us to balancing the spiritual and the practical as we have patience with ourselves, as we find our path, as we move forward, as we come to realizations. We have patience with ourselves, even though we don't want to, even though we are looking at the harvest and we're saying, okay, I have to hurry, I have to hurry, I have to hurry. It's like, no, enjoy what you have achieved right here, right now. Yes, we have to get the harvest in. Yes, we have to keep on moving forward, but we have to balance our spiritual self and our practical self because we're not doing that. We're forgetting either one or the other. Either we'll just live in our spiritual bodies or we'll just live in the practical world, but we will neglect one or another. And this is a time where we need the two to come together. We need to come together. The consciousness of us. Your commitment is being tested. Pleasure. Pleasure is reversed. We can be finding it very hard to have pleasure as the world opens, as the doors are opening, and our commitment is being tested to ourselves, to what we want, to how we're moving forward, even to the fact that we know Spirit is moving us in a very certain direction. We can feel it, and we're wanting to put the brakes on it. We're wanting to say, nope, not ready, not ready. And Spirit's like, well, when exactly will you be ready? I have given you subtle hints. Now I'm pushing you forward. And that's going to be a very powerful move. We need to take pleasure in our lives, in the opening of the door. We've become scared. It can be because of the world. It can be because of everything that has happened in our lives. It can be that we've just reached this point in our own personal story where fear comes in and fear becomes a lot more real. Life becomes a lot more real. It's not that carefreeness that it was when we were younger. And so here, we need to find that pleasure again in our lives, in our existence, and in ourselves. Be bold, and make the first move. We don't want to. We don't want to. We're tired. We're overwhelmed. We've been handling a lot. And so with being bold and making the first move, we're like, no, no, thank you. And that's because we're not trusting. We're not trusting that we're protected. We're not trusting that we're powerful individuals. We're not trusting that we are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter, the other name for Zeus, the greatest god in the pantheon of the Greeks. Let us embrace, and therefore the pantheon of the Romans. Let us embrace our greatness. Let us embrace our power. Let us start to trust. It's hard because we're not trusting in somebody else. We can do that. We can say, oh, you know what? You can make all the decisions. I totally love that. It's saying, I have to trust me because the door is not going to open. It's not here. Sagittarius, it's not going to open unless we start trusting ourselves, unless we start taking the wheel and we start moving forward. Because then we'll start to have the things that we really want. We'll start to achieve in the ways that we are like, yes, well, I knew that was coming. And it's like, yeah, the only thing we had to do was trust. And so like this moon is like double dog daring us. Can you trust me? Can you be bold and make the first move? Can you say, I'm casting the die. I'm going out there. I'm moving this forward. Because once you put the die in water, right, you can't scoop it all out. It's always going to be a little bit in there. Even if you get out as much as you can, it's always going to start to take root. Conclusions are within reach. They are. It's time to start moving forward in gratitude. We're overwhelmed. We're overwhelmed by the harshness that we have had to live through. We're overwhelmed by life in general, the doubts, the fears, the things that we're chained to that we're supposed to want or that we think we need in order to be happy. And here, if we start to change the tune to I need, to I'm living in gratitude, I'm living in bounty, I'm living in success of me, we start to change our whole entire world. We say thank you to our ancestral line. We say thank you to our karmic line. We say thank you to our connection to this universe. We say thank you. We start to live in gratitude, which is super hard, especially when we're having bad days, when we're feeling overwhelmed, when we're doubting that we can move forward the way that we want to. Gratitude is going to be something that is challenging for us. But once we start saying the thank yous and meaning them and thanking our own body, thanking our organs, thanking our lungs, thanking our, our nerves, thanking our bodies, thanking ourselves, all of a sudden the thank yous start to come and they keep on coming. And the conclusions, the things that seemed so far away and so overwhelming, all of a sudden it's like, well, I can do that. I got that. I can see that. I can move forward like this. It's like all of a sudden, like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. It moves us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And it's the Prince of Pentacles reverse. There's something hidden within our voice. Like there's something financially that's not fully coming to the surface. Now, it can be that we're being hidden away, like that we're not being seen the way that we need to be seen. And we're going to have to take that in hand. But there's something here, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, something here. And I see it more with Capricorn energy, where it's like I'm being held back. So there's something where it's like, okay, it's kind of like the devil's at play, right? I'm being held back. And that's when we need to take the power into our own hands and start advocating for ourselves, voicing for ourselves, embracing our prosperity instead of shying away and saying, oh no, I can't possibly do this. It's time to start advocating for us. It's time to embrace our voice. The throat chakra is going to be very important. Our subconscious spirit message is faith, having faith in ourselves, in the world around us, and what we're going for. You're actually going to see a blackbird being very influential in you're on the right path, you're moving forward. You can even hear like the blackbird laughing, like as you're flying. It's like not as you're flying, but as it's flying, as you're walking or when you're outside. And it's a sense of like, I'm on the right path. So it's going to be a raven, a crow, wherever you are in the world, a blackbird is going to be an important sign for you. Our subconscious tarot message is the death card, Scorpio energy, dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new, transformation, spirit guiding us forward. White dogs, red ears, they're a sign in Celtic mythology that we're connecting with the spirit world. And so the spirit world is leading us in a way that we cannot imagine. we're not going to be able to see. There's something where we're blocked from seeing the power that we're supposed to be moving forward in. And so we're terrified. We're terrified of moving forward the way Spirit wants us to. It's just like, nope, not doing it, can't do it, not going to do it, it can't happen. What are you, absolutely insane? And then once we trust, once we say, yeah, I can do this, it is a call inside of me. I have to open up this door. I have to open up the world. I do. I have to open it up. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, I can. I got this. I got this. I'm being guided by greater forces than I had ever imagined. It moves us to our subconscious Luna message. And it is wisdom. We are wise. We have become wise through living. Wisdom comes through the act of living. And then expect powerful change is reversed. We're not expecting powerful change. And Spirit's like, why? Why aren't we expecting the power to lead us forward? Because it's there. It's there. And wisdom, what we have learned, how we have developed, is guiding us in a direction that is just so much more than we had imagined it would be. Is so much more than we imagined it could possibly be. We need to expect powerful change, and we need to be that catalyst of the change, because we're ruled by Jupiter. We're ruled by greatness, and there's greatness because we are squared. Jupiter is squared Mercury. There's greatness in our voice, in our vision, in the way that we can see ourselves moving forward. This is a time where we can see like things connecting. We can see what once seemed impossible coming together. It's time to embrace it. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. God bless. Have a blessed moon. Bye.